Hi guys.
Tonight we're going to be getting the camper ready to move tomorrow. We got to get the Jeep ready. We're going to clean inside the camper. We got laundry to do. We got to put the grill up. And then in the morning we're going to just do our checklist, check all of our tires, our tanks, all that good stuff.
So tonight we're going to start loading everything up and getting everything ready to go so that we can leave kind of early in the morning and arrive around check-in time. Cheese!
Cheese!
One thing about me is I do not like to set up the camper in a new place while it's dirty. So one of the first things that I do in the teardown process is clean. I like to try to do all of this part the night before so that we don't have to feel like we are in a rush the next morning to leave before checkout time. Even though it may seem that because the camper is much smaller than a house, it would be easy to keep clean, it actually piles up much quicker in a smaller space. Because we leave the windows open quite often and we have a dog that sheds, everything has to be swept and dusted on a pretty regular basis. I always start with cleaning the dishes so that they can be drying while I do other things around the RV. We do not have a dishwasher, so everything has to be washed by hand. You can see during this process that I turn the water on and off pretty regularly. This is because when we are not camped in a full hookup, as is the case in this video, we really have to try to conserve our water usage in order to not fill up our holding tanks too quickly. While the dishes are drying, I move to cleaning the countertops, wiping down the appliances, and restocking paper products, and our drinking water as needed. These steps don't always have to be done every time we move. During this particular move, it was much needed. One thing that was never mentioned before we moved into a camper was the amount of dust that gets on everything. Way worse than a house. Once the dishes are dry, I can start putting them away and using the sink for storage during the move. You have to use what you can while you're limited on space. I like to light a candle once I'm finished in the kitchen because everything is just so clean and it feels nice. Probably the most important part of the cleanup process in the camper is sweeping the floors. Not only does this help with the dog hair, but it picks up the dirt particles and rocks that are brought in from outside. These items cannot get trapped under the slides when bringing them in or out, or else it can do some serious damage to the RV floors. Our dogs are notorious for leaving their dry dog food on the floor to get trapped underneath the slide, so we have to make sure we sweep every time we bring the slides in. Once the floors are swept, I vacuum what little carpet we have and run a Swiffer wet mop across the linoleum. After I clean the floors and take out the trash, I do a quick wipe down of the bathroom appliances. In this case, because we are not in a full hookup, we have used the campground bathroom facilities for most of our bathroom needs. So really all that needed a touch up was the toilet and the sink. Our least favorite part about staying in a campsite that does not have sewer hookup is the fact that we can't use our washer-dryer combo throughout the week for our laundry purposes. Instead, we have to haul our clothes to the campground's laundry facility and pay a few dollars to have it washed and dried there. Once we start the clothes, we set a timer and head back to the camper to get a few other things done while it washes and dries.
While we waited on our clothes to get done, this gave me a good opportunity to make some repairs around the camper. One thing that we had been noticing was water leaking from our shower every time we used it. We discovered that under the track that our shower door slides on had not been sealed properly. I got some silicone and a caulk gun and fixed that baby up. Once I got the repairs done, we went and got our laundry folded, brought it back, and called it a night. The next morning, I got started on the final steps of our teardown process while Darby did some work on her computer. I started with cleaning our Blackstone and getting it ready to put in the back of our truck. We use our Blackstone multiple times a day, so we make sure it is well taken care of. I scrape all the food off, oiled the griddle, disconnected the propane tank, and folded in the legs. It is not recommended to travel with our TVs on the mounts, so we take these down before we leave and store them on the bed during travel. This is kind of inconvenient, but a lot better than having broken TVs.
Good. Awesome. We don't use it anyways.
Alright, let's get the slides. The final steps include bringing the slides in, turning off the lights and AC, disconnecting the water and electric, and hooking up to the back of the truck. Auto level makes this part really easy. Everything is just a press of a button from our phones.
We have to make sure everything is locked up so nothing falls out on the road. After one last walkthrough, we are ready to roll out. We wait to hook the Jeep up in a more open space so that we have plenty of room to turn when we pull out. our favorite part.
All right, we're heading out. We didn't get to stay in a full hookup, so before we leave, we have to dump. It's our favorite part, and we have gloves now. We have learned that. So if you don't have one of these quick releases, I highly recommend it because you don't get dirty at all. All you do is open it up, it's ready to go, and you can dump all your tape.
Gross.
I'm ready to get to a full hookup.
Me too. Then we can just do this at our campsite. And it's not nearly as big of a hassle, but.
Black tank, kitchen tank, shower tank, gray tank.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw everybody's comments on our second video. We know now.
Sucker was full.
So now that we got our dumping almost done, we're gonna head down the road to the truck stop and get the Jeep hooked up. We typically like to do that in more open area. We don't like to hook the Jeep up at a campground where it's real tight. So I'll see y'all there. So we made it to a truck stop. Got a lot more room to hook up the Jeep now. So we're gonna get this all tied in. We'll show you how it goes.
So you always want to try to put the pin on from the inside, working its way outside, because while the Jeep is pulling, that pin tries to kind of push outward. Awesome.
All right, get you to back up, lock it.
Okay.
So we got everything in place. All she's gonna do is back up just a little bit. You'll hear these pop. One. All right. Now that those are in place, those aren't gonna move. And we should be good. Plug the lights in. Time for the safety chain. Up to the back of my truck, so the Jeep has turn signals and brake lights. We'll have Darby go back there and check to see if all of our lights are working and make sure the Jeep rolls with the camera.
Good there. Good here. Hey, we're rolling. Very good.
So now for the last step is to disconnect the battery so the Jeep doesn't die when we're on the road. Ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
we have the Jeep hooked up and everything's ready to roll out, this is the cool part. This is our new backup camera. This is the Halo View BT7, but it's not just a backup camera. It's also an observation camera with no signal drops while driving at high speeds. BT7 cams wirelessly transmit a constant signal and can support installation on vehicles up to 65 feet. It has lower lag than other brands.
The Halo View BT7 arrived well packaged and came with detailed instructions for installation. Installation is easy, especially when your RV is pre-wired for a backup camera like ours. All we had to do was mount the camera onto the back of the RV, connect the wires, and plug in the monitor into a 12-volt power outlet in our truck. It is entirely plug and play.
The brightness of the monitor displays up to 1,000 candela per square meter, which makes bright sunlight driving easy. It also has full-color dim light night vision. The powerful image sensors deliver full color image even in low light conditions. The night vision fill lights can be activated and deactivated remotely by the monitor if the ambient light is extremely low. The camera records important events with the built-in DVR in 1080p high-definition footage, resulting in seamless video recordings.
The marker backup lines, which can also be activated on the menu screen, help with backing your RV into place and can be adjusted as needed for accurate distance measurement to avoid collision. A microphone is also built into the camera, picking up sounds that you wouldn't be able to hear inside your running vehicle while backing up.
The Halo View BT7 has completely changed our traveling experience, allowing us to feel much safer both while on the road and during the setup and teardown processes. We highly recommend this camera to anyone living the RV lifestyle like us. If interested in this product, check out the link in our description below.